Rock Metal Nation, what is up? Real quick before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that Rock Metal Studios, the very same studio that brings you the Rock Metal podcast, is looking to help bands who are able to record their tracks either at home or in a professional recording studio, but need some help mixing. Go ahead and send me an email at therockmetalpodcast@gmail.com. That's therockmetalpodcast@gmail.com. We can go ahead and discuss mixing your tracks for free.
The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 138 with Meka-Nism.
Grimmy, all right, so Rock Metal Nation, what is up? This is John from the Rock Metal Podcast. That sample you just heard was The War Inside by Meka-Nism, who I've got on the show with me right now. They've got a new EP called The War Inside, set to release on May 10th. And right now I'm being joined by lead guitarist Bobby Keller and lead vocalist and shaman Miss Meka to share some stories about the music and share more info about the band. Guys, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Yay!
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
We're happy to be here, John.
That's probably one of the best intros from a band I've ever had.
Yeah. Sweet.
Awesome.
Yes.
Let's go listen back to that track, The War Inside.
Wait
Welcome back from the war inside. Now, I love the angelic intro, and then it quickly grows more and more angry. I don't know if angry was the target there, but it quickly grows in emotions.
Nice intensity.
And I love the different styles of vocals. So go ahead and take us through the war inside. Maybe what's the story or inspiration behind the track?
Well, Bobby and I were talking when we were starting to write it, and it was first like this post-apocalyptic love song, like to never give up. And when we really started talking deeper about it, it's more about the war inside is something we all struggle with constantly, whether through addictions, depression, anxiety, whatever people are going through in their lives. We all need to kind of get some tools and feel like we have a chance of winning. And I think that's what this song is the passion. It's facing the difficulties so that we can come out of each battle victorious, and it was really cool, the journey that we kind of were taken on, like feeling connected to that message and wanting to show something that had, deep spiritual significance for any listener who wanted to connect with it and go on that journey of, self-healing and empowerment.
Yeah, so basically a positive anthem or an anthemic track about a spiritual journey.
Absolutely. Well said.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned a bit of a spiritual journey and chatting about the tune. When you guys are writing the track, maybe take us through what happened during the writing process.
Well, we jam all together all the time. We're always just fooling around. Bobby has become such a great storyteller with melodies and riffs that we'll just feed off each other.
This album was cool because we all really collaborated a lot. I know myself, Christopher Lane, who's our drummer, and Jay Atkinson, our keyboard player, we all pretty much sat down, locked in a room for quite a while, and we came out with a lot of really good riffs and songs, and then we kind of bring Meka in and Jarrett, our bass player, and we kind of collaborate some more, and then we change some things, and then we go over lyrics, and me and Meka usually sit down and we go through all the words and meanings and possibilities of each song, and like she was saying, we sat down with the war inside, and we thought that with that track we could probably really reach out and try and grab a lot of people, because it's such a song that people can really catch on and feel like it's maybe something in their life that's going on that they need help with, so like that.
Yeah, I'm curious, did that surprise you guys? That you guys created this track that became a incredibly positive, what's the word I'm looking for? Cathartic anthemic tune for people.
Yeah. It's kind of what we do.
That's the purpose of doing music anyway. Music is medicine. Music is our sacred community, for lack of a better word. There's not a lot in modern days that really brings us together besides music, because we all feel so divided all the time. This is the opportunity to bring people together through the passionate, intense, intentional, purpose. We want to do something more than just empty words and empty songs that are, because whatever you listen to is going to program you, and it's like you have to choose what you want to have program your life and your thoughts and the way that what drives you. So you might as well create something that if you're going to connect to it, is going to drive you to your best self and to have the courage to face the battle of each day, So
basically, your neighbor is Tony Robbins.
Well, and we need it.
We didn't want to say that, but yes.
We all need encouragement. You might as well, get some encouragement that makes sense to rockers, a lot of Tony Robbins doesn't make sense to metalheads. But Meka-Nism does, and they connect to it, and they feel like it's, it is part of them, and it's significant on their life journey, and it helps. So, a lot of music has helped me through a lot of rough times, and I definitely want to create music that has that responsibility attached to it a little bit, at least available for people to be encouraged by it and to listen to the themes and be like, oh yeah, I'm not afraid of facing myself. I'm not afraid of being my own hero. I'm gonna do this, So it's exciting to be to create an opportunity for people's lives to be cooler, But the tunes are great, but the tunes are great because they also have purpose and intention. And it's been that way since for a very long time, So it's what we've been trying to do I think we're doing it on in a way that's being received now. So hard work pays off.
Sure does. Now, for Rock Metal Nation who dug the track The War Inside, as a special bonus, if you go to today's show notes, that is www.therockmetalpodcast.ca, you can go and see the music video for The War Inside. Now, guys, go ahead and take us through the music video for The War Inside.
Whoa!
Yeah, I mean, it took us about 2 days. It was filmed by Jim Daughtry, and he's from Atlanta. Also was co-produced by Meka and our other helper. Her name's Dawn from the Underground, Dawn LeMay. And basically, we were just trying to show the duality of things as far as, you might feel like you're lost or you're dealing with some kind of, some feeling or emotion or situation. And, there's some sort of way to save yourself from that situation if you can just kind of look inside and find your way out. And that's kind of what we were trying to portray with that video, and it's been doing very well. We've had a lot of great feedback already, and it's just it's still going. It's spreading like wildfire. So we're just letting it do its thing, and just trying to tell as many people as we can about it.
Groovy.
Absolutely. I mean, themes. You notice the themes of shamanism and Reiki healing, and facing the different aspects of yourself in there that we all share. So it's there's a lot of imagery and symbolism in there to connect to.
Groovy. Let's go listen to the next track, These Years of Silent Screams.
Yeah.
Yes!
Rock Metal Nation? It's John from the Rock Metal Podcast for a real quick break to let you know that Jay over at Metal Mayhem Radio is looking to help you get your band in rotation on his station. So go ahead and hit up Jay at studio@metalmayhemradio.co.uk. That is studio@metalmayhemradio.co.uk. Just go ahead and say that the Rock Metal Podcast sent you. He'll get you into rotation on Metal Mayhem Radio. All right, coming back from these years of Silent Screams. Now, even without a title like that, the melodic intro just tells me that it's going to be an emotional track, and it is quite an epic emotional track.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Absolutely. No, similar question. What's the story or inspiration behind a heavy title such as These Years of Silent Screams?
Man, I really thought about that one, and I wanted to really show and release people from not being able to express themselves. And I feel so many times from personal experience and watching friends who do try to speak up for themselves in any way be shut down, and so many people feel unheard. So that feeling is like you're a ghost in your own life, and to say something like These Years of Silent Screams, it's a long title, and we were going back and forth about that. But I wanted it to talk to you, and I wanted to give people who feel unheard, like, yes, oh my God, These Years of Silent Screams is what I feel in my life. I am unheard. How do I get this? How do I stand up for myself in a positive way? How do I get all this expression out? And that's why I love, rock and metal concerts, because, we get to scream and we get to have those cathartic experiences. And that's definitely, if you look at the lyrics on this one, that's definitely what it's all about is, speaking up, no matter what.
Yeah, it's like Osho said, if you know Osho.
Yes, I do.
If we do not express, then we become depressed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So true. These themes that we're going through nowadays are timeless. And we all still need tools and encouragement and reminders on a constant basis. So, yeah, Osho's a good reference as well.
For Rock Metal Nation listening in who dug the two tracks, The War Inside and These Years of Silent Screams, there is going to be a EP coming out May 10th called The War Inside. So, guys, go ahead and take us through this EP. What should we expect?
Ooh.
Heaviness, a lot of melodic moments, really catchy choruses, and I think overall, just in general, a huge growth for us as a band since our last two EPs, and you can kind of see the evolution of the band with this one. But this one really just kind of stands out and is probably our best work to date. It's full of real positivity, with real heavy guitar riffs and drums, and it really kind of hits you, and it takes you on an emotional journey that we're trying to take people through, and make them feel like they want more at the end of it. So
it's not background music. Yeah. It's something you're gonna be connected to and involved in.
Yeah.
Take you on a ride. For real.
Now, for Rock Metal Issues frothing at the ears, they heard The War Inside. They heard These Years of Silent Screams. They are more than ready for the EP, The War Inside, to drop May 10th. How can they find out more information about you? Is there a website that they should go to?
Yes, you can go visit our website. It's www.meka-nism.com. And it's going to be updated, and the EP will be out May 10th. Here in Orlando, we're also doing an in-store release at Park Avenue CDs, where we will have everything out and ready to go. And we're looking forward to that, especially it being in our hometown. So hopefully it'll be a night to remember.
Boom. Now, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to come onto the Rock Metal Podcast and sharing Meka-Nism with Rock Metal Nation.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. This has been totally cool hanging out with you.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Connecting
we're excited.
the far north and the far equator lands into one.
Where the sun shines directly on you there and at a slight angle.
Yeah. Right on.
Absolutely.
All right, Rock Metal Nation. Hopefully you just found your new favorite band in Meka-Nism. Big thanks again to them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.